Ice cream conversation. Ice cream conversation. Let's go. Forever on the grind all day, every day. Ice cream combos, always real, they never play. Download the podcast, listen on any day. Why didn't I do this sooner? Only thing you ever say. Xaviera, best host of all time. All of the faithful listeners will say they never lie. Check every story they run, like me with the rhymes. When other shows report anything, it should be a crime. Entertainment news, yeah, I gotta get mine from ICC, and you should be inclined to do the same if you got half a mind. I do co-sign this lady to shine like Frankenstein. Cut it today design. IceCreamConvos.com. Tune in, yeah. This influence by IceCreamConvos.com.
Welcome to the Ice Cream Convos Podcast, where we serve delicious scoops of entertainment. I am your host, Xaviera, and I thank you so much for tuning into today's podcast. Now, before we get into the scoop, I need you to be sure that you visit icecreamconvos.com daily. Follow Ice Cream Convos on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, your mama's account, your baby daddy's account, your play cousin's account, just everybody. Just follow us everywhere. It doesn't hurt to support us and subscribe. But before I get started, I want to give a shout out to all of my ICC VIPs who support Ice Cream Convos via Patreon. Shout out to Venus, Titisha, Tayara, Tawana, Tamara, Shantae, Natasha, Joanna, Ben, Meech, Deirdre, Christy, Anna, and Anna. Yeah, I got two Annas because I'm dope like that. But you can visit patreon.com/Ice Cream Convos to find out how you can support Ice Cream Convos and receive dope perks, including first dibs on all of our giveaways, passes to advanced movie screenings, exclusive merch, and more. So we just celebrated our 8th anniversary. Come on, give it up, give it up. All right, so here's the deal. Anytime that our anniversary comes around, I go through like this weird funk. And it's like a happy, sad funk, if you get my drift. First of all, I'm very, very happy to see another year of Ice Cream Convos. I'm happy that the business survived another 365, that we still keeping on with the keep on. But there's always a part of me that gets all funky and sad, feeling like, oh, well, I didn't reach this goal and I'm supposed to be here by now, and Ice Cream Convos is supposed to be doing this by now, and this, that, and the other. So I went through like a huge funk on our anniversary. So what did I do? Me and my little junior CEO hopped in the car and we went to see A Star is Born. And A Star is Born is Bradley Cooper's remake of the classic film. I think this is like the 4th time that they've redid the film, but he stars in the film as well with Lady Gaga. Y'all, when I tell you, now mind you, I went into the theater in a funk, so I already came in with a little attitude. I did have my blankie so I can be comfortable because I don't like to be cold in the theater, but I came into the theater with a whole attitude, but I was excited about seeing this film because for some reason my spidey senses told me it was going to be bomb, right? So I get into the theater and literally in the opening scene, I was like, oh, I got to let go of everything that I brought in here because this is about to be an experience. Y'all, when I tell you that A Star is Born is probably one of the best films that I have seen in years. And it's so funny because I don't know what they doing at the movie theater at the box office, but they coming through with the come through because first of all, I just saw The Hate You Give, and I was completely blown away by that. So I was submerged in my feelings. I came out the theater. My husband was like, man, that was a fantastic film. And I was like, man, I feel like I need to go sit in the shower and just cry this thing out a little bit. And he looked at me like, girl, but I'm serious. I felt like I needed to have a cleansing, because see, it's a difference between, like a watch a movie type cry and a little tear trickle down your cheek like Denzel in Glory. And then there's that cry where you feel like you need to take your soul to the laundromat type of cry. And I felt like I needed to take my soul to the laundromat after seeing The Hate You Give. And shout out to the cast. I hope you guys took a moment to visit our YouTube page to see my red carpet interviews with Angie Thomas, who actually wrote the book, with Algie Smith, who stars as Khalil, Regina Hall, who stars as the mom in the film, and then, of course, my girl Amanda Listenberg. She stars as Star. So, we had a good time at the red carpet premiere of that and interviewing them. So you can check out those interviews on the Ice Cream Convos YouTube page. But that film was amazing. Shout out to George Tillman Jr. on the directing, because he came through with the come through. So then on the heels of that, I'm running around telling everybody like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, you have to see The Hate You Give. It's the best movie ever. And then I go see A Star Is Born and I'm like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Oh my God, it's the best movie ever. So right now I'm 2 for 2. I did go see Venom. Venom was cool. Venom was what it was going to be. You know what I mean? You get on the Marvel totem pole though. I don't know what was worse. No, you know what? Nope, I ain't even going to do it. The Venom. I think Ant-Man and the Wasp sits at the bottom of the Marvel films that came out this year. Then Venom. And then I'm going to say Avengers. And then Black Panther on top, because it's Wakanda forever. You know what I'm saying? So, you can't front on Black Panther. But anyway, I did not mean to jump in the movie scoop this quickly, but it just needs to be said. Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga stole my heart out of my chest, played Frisbee with it, caught it back, tossed it up in the air, hit them folks, caught it, dropped it on the ground, and stomped it out. Like, when the credits started rolling at the end of the film, nobody moved. All you heard was people sniffing, blowing their nose, crying, and then people started slowly getting up, leaving. I felt like I was leaving like a funeral. I really did. It was just such a beautiful, touching, heartbreaking, devastating love story. So those of you who are familiar with A Star Is Born, you probably going to go into the theater already knowing what to expect. But for a player like me, who had never seen the previous versions of the film, I just went in like, okay, all I know is I like that little song they be having in the commercial. And that song that I'm referring to is Shallow by Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga, and I literally have probably paid their mortgages for the entire month as many times as I have streamed that song since leaving the movie theater. But great film. So you have a couple of great choices to go out and see. Well, you definitely got two. You got The Hate You Give, and you have A Star Is Born. Venom is like one of those, we just gonna go to the movies and eat some popcorn and just have kind of like a good time, but great movies. So there's plenty for you to see at the movie theater. All right, so I guess we can just go ahead and jump into celebrity news. I already done kicked it off. I don't even remember if I had any other notices and announcements to tell you. But anyway, I say all that to say it's our 8th anniversary. Thank you so much for rocking with Ice Cream Convos. I'm just going to keep striving to do bigger and better things in 2018 going into 2019. This is our 8th year. And, some of the ways that you can support Ice Cream Convos is, via Patreon, following us on social media, reading our posts, sharing our posts, telling a friend, hey, y'all need to go check out this storm right here on Ice Cream Convo, you know what I'm saying? Or you could share a post or whatever. So actually, if you really want a detailed idea of how you can support Ice Cream Convos, like this is for the people who are like really down with ICC. Yeah, you know me. So visit icecreamconvos.com, and I created a post telling you 8 simple ways that you can support Ice Cream Convos, and you can support me as I continue to try to grow my brand and expand. So with that being said, I thank you in advance. And now let's jump into some celebrity news. All right, I got my little notey notes. I guess we need to do like a sound effect for celebrity news. Should we do this? Okay, that didn't work out to the best of our ability. Okay, so first things first, Michael Darby. Y'all remember Michael Darby, Real Housewives of Potomac. You remember he got caught out there and got charged with sexual assault after he allegedly touched one of the cameraman's hiney and then gave him that "what you trying to do, boo" face. Well, turns out that all of the charges were dropped against Michael Darby. Now, this news comes after Bravo suspended him, sat him on ice, like, well, we don't know, because if you around here touching and feeling on folks, you can't be coming down here filming with us. So we're going to go ahead and sit you on ice pending the results of this investigation. So they went ahead and put Michael Darby on ice, but the charges were dropped against him. And Michael released the following statement. Our good name and reputation have been upheld through the abandonment of this case by the Montgomery County State's Attorney's Office. It is unfortunate that high-profile people are often sought out as targets. And in this situation, someone tried to take advantage of me. So then Mike's attorney hopped in and was like, hold on, bro, I got this. He was like, yeah, the charges was dropped. They was baseless. There are a number of alleged witnesses who said it didn't happen. The peace order request by the alleged victim was also denied. There was simply nothing that happened and nothing here. So here's my question. My question is, if Mike didn't do nothing to Orville Palmer, who claimed that Mike was feeling on his booty, if Mike never touched this man's hiney, like, how come he don't have to face charges for allegedly filing a false report, right? Because that's how we can cut out all this, false reports and so on and so forth. Just go ahead and hit them up and charge they behinds. That'll cut out a lot of that mess. Wouldn't you agree? It'd be the easiest way to cut out all the false allegations. I don't feel like that's rocket science. So, because Mike is saying that, he was taken advantage of, the attorney is saying, well, nothing happened. So maybe Orville Palmer needs to face some type of litigation if nothing ever happened. So if they don't file charges against Orville for filing a false report, I'm going to be led to believe that they slid Orville a little bit of cash, change in the back room, and was like, listen, how much is it going to take for you to forget this happened? And then he going to give him that look again. So I don't know, but Mike Darby has been allowed to return to filming with the Real Housewives of Potomac. So I'm pretty sure he's happy about that, and he's back on his grind. So with that being said, while we're in the vein of shenanigans and tomfoolery, let's go ahead and talk about our boy Katt Williams. This particular podcast is episode 301, and it is titled, Where My Dogs At? Where My Dogs At? Okay, I feel like I didn't do that good, but you get the point. Maybe I went too far, but you get the point. So with that being said, Katt Williams went out to Portland to shoot an episode of Wildin' Out with Mr. Nick Cannon. And apparently there was a misunderstanding with him and his limo driver. And I'm assuming it was a limo. His driver, because I don't think he was in a limo. But there was clearly there was a misunderstanding between Katt and his driver. His driver's name is Wally Kanani. My apologies if I pronounce that wrong. I got a unique name, so I know what it is to have your name pronounced wrong. But so basically, here's the gist of it. According to Wally Kanani, who has filed a lawsuit against Katt Williams for $76,000 less than 72 hours after Katt allegedly put them paws on him. So Wally goes to the Oregon airport to pick up Katt. Well, Katt comes to the car with a huge German Shepherd. Now, Wiley says the German Shepherd was a tad aggressive. I tend to believe the German Shepherd just may be aggressive, because if you rolling with Katt and you Katt's dog, you know what I'm saying? You got to keep the same energy that Katt has. And Katt's been quite aggressive lately, if you ask me personally. So I guess the dog was a little aggressive dog, probably like, where we going? So Katt gets in the car, and Katt insists that this dog ride shotgun in this man's Yukon Denali, to be exact, because see, I like to give details. Wally was like, excuse me, Mr. Williams, you cool and things, and Pimp Chronicles was my joint, but your dog can't sit shotgun in my car. Number one, he's a little aggressive, and number two, he don't belong in the front seat of my car. Nobody told me that you was actually going to have a dog with you. Like when they said Katt was coming with his dog, I thought he meant your homeboy. I didn't know you was going to bring a rough bow wow four-legged friend. So Katt was like, oh, word. So Wally says that when he told Katt that the dog would have to ride in the back seat, Katt called him a piece of ish and white trash, and then mollywopped the man and punched him in the face. The lawsuit goes on to say that Williams and his dog chased Wally as he ran from the airport terminal, and he got behind some type of glass door, and Katt and the dog was on the other side of the glass door, just mean mugging him with menacing looks and threatening glares for several minutes until someone else came and picked up Katt and his dog, and they left the scene of the incident. Now, here's where the lawsuit comes in. Wally is suing Katt Williams for $76,000 for assault, battery, and intentional infliction of emotional distress. Because, see, he's saying that Katt purposefully and intentionally tried to stress him out. Just stress the man out. On top of that, Wally Kanani says he suffered a broken tooth, a cut, and a swollen face, and he now has tinnitus in his ear, and it just goes all day long. Even while he was filing his filing his lawsuit, it was going. Now, some of y'all have experienced tinnitus, and I'm not making light of tinnitus because there are people out there who are really suffering with tinnitus. I suffered with it for a little bit because back in my clubbing days, when you be in the club and you be dancing, you don't realize you're a little too close to the speaker, and you get out the club and they like, dude trying to holler. He like, yo, Miss Lady, hey, pretty mama, can I get them dizzies? You be like, huh? Can I get them huh? We say, we, can you what? No, I'm huh? Listen, I done came out the club either drunk or deaf on plenty of night. So I get it. But damn, how hard did Katt hit you? He broke your tooth, cut your face, swole your lip up, and you can't hear in your ear no more? Katt out here punches people with the all you get. Like, good grief. But when you hit folks, you got to take whatever they try to throw at you in the lawyer's office. Now, the good news is Katt has been released from the Portland, Oregon jail, because Katt done been in jail from Friday to today. Well, to Monday. I think he got out Monday afternoon, or either today. No, he got out today afternoon, Tuesday. He got out today afternoon around 2 p.m. Oregon time. So some of my ICC friends was like, first things first, hold on, Zavi. First things first, what is Katt doing in Portland? He was out there messing around with Nick Cannon and Wildin' Out, because, Nick Cannon's Wildin' Out is on tour. So it made its way to Portland, and he brought Katt out because, see, Katt is now like a little attraction, so to speak, because Katt gets on stage, he disses Kanye, he disses Kevin Hart, he just does his thing. So, he started rolling with, Nick Cannon again, because remember, at one point in time, Katt Williams was a regular on Wildin' Out. Some of y'all youngins may be young enough to remember that, but yeah, so Katt is free from jail, but he is now facing a $76,000 lawsuit. And if this man can prove that he got all these issues with his face, mouth disease, and he can't hear, he might just collect that check. He just might. But I tell you this, he left that hospital after getting treated for them injuries. Like, can y'all please document my injuries? Thank you. And somebody get Jacoby and Myers on the phone. Some of y'all might know what I mean by Jacoby and Myers. That's a little back home thing. So Iggy Azalea canceled her Bad Girls tour. Well, Iggy Azalea's Bad Girls tour has been canceled. Iggy said that the decision to cancel the tour was out of her hands. Now, my thing is, Live Nation sends out an email and was like, well, due to unforeseen circumstances, Iggy Azalea's Bad Girls tour has been canceled. So I'm thinking to myself, is unforeseen circumstances the new code for low ticket sales? I'm just asking for a friend. And then some of my ICC friends was like, well, what's she touring? Is she out here touring fancy? I'm so fancy. Like, we out here touring fancy, but don't do Iggy she did release another musical offering, I think over the summer at some point. I'm sorry, she's just not on my radar. I apologize. I know I'm supposed to have the scoop, but there's some scoop that I just leave it where it is. And Iggy's scoop is where I leave it. So unfortunately, I can't give you the scoop on her music, but I do know that she dropped a project. But if you ask me about Iggy, I'm inclined to tell you that she does more bootylicious, popping, half-naked pictures on Instagram. At one point in time, I thought she gave up music and was trying to be an Instagram thought. So I don't know what direction Iggy trying to go in right now. One of my ICC friends said, all them naked pictures couldn't sell tour tickets. But I just feel like, sometimes we get excited and we want to do things, but God said it's not really in our reach just yet. And her reaching for a tour just wasn't, her arms was too short to reach for a tour. So with that being said, she can focus maybe on some new music and maybe stop getting naked so much on Instagram and kind of post music instead of your booty but listen, I don't know how much she paid for it. And you know how we get when we buy new stuff, we want to show it off. So I get it. I do get it. I understand. I don't like it, but I understand. Mystikal. Did we talk about Mystikal last time we were on the podcast? Y'all know Mystikal's still in jail. I was living my life like it was golden and completely forgot that Mystikal is still in jail. Danger! He's still in jail, y'all. I'm sorry. I went too far. So if you're asking yourself why Mystikal is in jail in the first place or why he is still in jail, you remember Mystikal got cased up again on some rape and kidnapping charges, and it don't look good because Mystikal already did time in jail for rape. So I don't know, this one just don't sit with my spirit because number one, I don't know if Mystikal is truly honestly guilty of what they're accusing him of being guilty of. Like if you stole out of your mama's purse one time, you learn your lesson, but then something come up missing in your mama purse again, people will be more inclined to believe that you stole out of her purse again, even if you didn't do it. So I'm wondering if this is what's happening to Mystikal right now. Mystikal has been marinating in, what is it called? Caddo Correctional Center in New Orleans. I guess it's in New Orleans. I don't know. Louisiana somewhere. Caddo Correctional Center. That just sounds like a place you don't want to be. Where he get locked up at? Caddo? Child, not the Caddo. Yeah, girl, the Caddo. Don't go up there to Caddo. They'll get you. But he is literally in jail right now, awaiting trial on first-degree rape and second-degree kidnapping. You know what that is? First-degree rape and second-degree kidnapping equal third-degree. He ain't coming home. His bail or bond or I told y'all before, I think I really don't understand the difference between bail and bond because I only got locked up once and they let me out on my own recognizance, so I ain't have to do all that. But I guess it's bond. He has a $3 million bond. Who he kill? He got a $3 million bond, y'all. So then the thing is, so his judge last week asked Judge Romana Emanuel if the judge would be kind enough to reduce his bond from $3 million to $500,000. We still talking $500,000. That judge said, hell no, to the no, 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 hell to the no. So your boy Michael Lawrence Tyler is still in jail. He's due back in court on the 25th, but my spidey senses are telling me this is just not going to end well for Mystikal. And it's sad because it's sad all the way around. It's sad if he's guilty, and it's even more sad if he's innocent because he has been in jail now for a year awaiting trial. Like a year of his life is just gone down the drain. Up in Caddo, y'all. Is it Caddo or Caddo? I need some of my Louisiana friends to step in and help me out. Y'all, is it Caddo or Caddo? Correctional Center. I always want to say facility because most of my friends be in correctional facilities. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. Either way, it's very sad. Very, very sad. Now, speaking of people being locked up, did I tell y'all Suge Knight got sentenced to 3 years in jail? Well, if I didn't, I'm going to tell you again. And if I did already, let's act like it never happened. But yeah, Suge Knight has been sentenced to 28 years. 28 years in jail for the hit and run murder of Mr. Terry Carter. Sorry, I can't. Okay. Like, bruh, listen, and Terry can't go back to his family, so you can't go back to yourn. And yes, I said yourn. So, I mean, it is what it is. I don't know if he's going to get time served because Suge been in jail for, 2 years now? I don't know. But here's the thing. Suge Knight is like 53, 54 years old. The fact that he's 53, 54, he got 28 years on top of that, that puts him around the 80-something ballpark, and that's a life sentence. Because he actually took like a 9th hour deal. I guess first he was like saying like, no, I'm pleading not guilty. And then they were like, okay, well, if you plead not guilty and you get convicted, you automatically get in life, bruh. So what you trying to do? So in the 9th hour, he was like, well, remember that deal that y'all had mentioned to me a little while ago? I might want to go ahead and reconsider that and just go ahead and do that deal. So they went ahead and did the deal. And he'll be in jail for the next 28 years. And, it was kind of sad because I was on Instagram today, and I just want to pull this up really quick because Michelle A, remember Michelle A? She posted a picture of Suge Knight holding their baby girl. I believe her name is Bailey, and he's kissing her. Very sweet photo. And Michelle A wrote, update. From my heart, I rarely post pictures of my children with their fathers, but this is not about me. My comfort being so close yet so far has and will from this day change things, although that space for me has passed, yet it hasn't for others. I do understand. My comfort is to all. Child, Michelle, what did you try to say? I need a translator. Well, after reading this thing 20 times and going through the comments to see what she was saying to her fans, she's basically saying that she ain't got nothing to do with Suge, but her daughter is hurting because her dad just got 28 years. And I think Bailey's like 15. So you throw 15 on 28. Child, your girl she'll be married with about 4 kids by the time Suge come out of the clank if he, if Uncle Charles don't come see about him beforehand. So, initially, I was just like, oh, well, bye, Suge. But, I didn't take into consideration he has a preteen daughter. Well, she's not a preteen. She's 15. She's a teenage girl. So this affects more people than just the family that lost Terry and Suge. He has a son as well. And shout out to Suge's son running around talking about Tupac's still alive. What you're not going to do is play with my emotions. But I ain't mad at you. See what I did right there? I ain't mad at you. Okay, anyway, I went too far. I apologize. So with that being said, since we already talking about folks going to jail, the situation was sentenced to 8 months in jail for tax evasion. So, bye-bye. Pooch Hall. Now, this was the most disappointing story that I've had to write in a minute. Pooch Hall, Derwin Davis, Ray Donovan's brother on the Ray Donovan show on Showtime. Pooch Hall was arrested and charged with DUI and child endangerment after he was busted and popped in Burbank, California, driving around last Wednesday, pissy drunk, with his 2-year-old son on his lap. Now, some eyewitnesses say when Pooch went by weaving in and out of traffic, they saw the child's hand on 10 and 2. You heard what I said. They claim they saw this 2-year-old baby hands on 10 and 2 as if he was the one driving the car while his daddy was just sitting in the driver's seat pissy drunk. Now, I am inclined not to believe that a 2-year-old was driving. For one, a moving car. I mean, kids get in the car and, they do the steering wheel back and forth, playing all the time. When a car is in motion, it ain't that easy to steer no steering wheel. Unless his 2-year-old is Hercules Jr., I don't believe that child even had the strength to steer a moving vehicle. But I do believe, if at all possible for something for me to believe, is that the child did have his hands on the steering wheel thinking he was driving. Because my mom used to do that with me. Back before car seats and seatbelt laws and all that stuff, good stuff became ordinance and became law. My mom used to drive around through the city with me sitting in her lap. And my hands would be on 10 and 2 and hers would be on 6. She was driving, but you couldn't tell me I wasn't floating through traffic. Whatever. riding past my little friends, waving and stuff. Like, yeah, boo, I'm going to come back and get you later on. We finna go to McDonald's after I get my Happy Meal with the extra pickles. I'll come back, come see about you. We play some hopscotch or something. Okay. So, I mean, my mom used to do the same thing with me. So, I mean, back then, if somebody saw me and they'd be like, oh, was a 4-year-old driving past, going to McDonald's to get a Happy Meal with extra pickles? I don't know, but I was very disappointed. And the Department of Children and Family Services have now opened an investigation on Pooch because of this particular incident. I mean, we knew it was coming. I mean, no surprises here, right? I'm asking for a friend. You looking at me, I'm looking at you. Like, y'all surprised or what? No surprises really, because I mean, you driving around drunk with a 2-year-old, just God is so good that nobody got hurt. I mean, not even just Pooch and his baby, but Pooch could have killed somebody else on the road. And I'm just disappointed. I don't know what he going through to be driving around drunk like that. And it wasn't even late at night. Like, where was y'all coming from? Chuck E. Cheese? Like, Chuck E. Cheese serving liquor now? Like, Pooch, what you doing, bruh? Good grief. So Andrea Kelly, y'all know Andrea Kelly. Andrea Kelly is R. Kelly's ex-wife. She has become an advocate against domestic violence, and I support that 1000%. She is continuing to do press and do media as she tells different stories of incidents of abuse at the hands of R. Kelly. At this point, it's just getting difficult for me to watch for a number of reasons. The most being watching Drea get emotional, recalling these traumatic events that she says has left her with, PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. On The View, she recalled the time R. Kelly almost killed her in the back of a Hummer. I don't know what the situation was, but long story short, she said R. Kelly had her pinned down in the Hummer and his arm was in her throat and she couldn't breathe. And my first thought was like, sis, like, and then she breaks down crying and so on and so forth. And it's just hard to watch. And she's saying that she's speaking out because I guess she's hoping by telling her story, it'll help other women who are in abusive relationships or other women who are victims of domestic violence. My thing with Drea is, okay, I'm going to reel that back in and just put a pin in it. My ICC friends have questions. Some of my ICC friends are questioning why she's still talking about R. Kelly after they've been divorced for so many years. Some of my other ICC friends have questions like, well, if he abused you so bad, why are you still running around with his name? My answer to you would be 2 words, Tina Turner. I don't think nobody got abused as bad, a public figure, let me say that. I don't think a public figure endured the type of abuse that Tina Turner endured and still kept Ike's name. Drea is not Tina Turner, so that is not lost on me. So don't be like, Zavi, what is you talking about? Drea ain't no Tina Turner. But Drea has R. Kelly's last name. Her children are last name Kelly. A lot of times when women divorce these men, no matter how good, bad, or raggedy and trifling, down low, dirty dog they are, they keep the last name if their children, if they have children and the children have the same last name. I mean, it's not that deep. You can't, I don't think that's rocket science for some of us to understand, but it is what it is. But I don't know, Drea. I'm just going to pray for you. But another thought that I had when she was recalling the time that R. Kelly almost killed her in the back of a Hummer, I thought to myself, you know what? Because R. Kelly has been painted out to be allegedly a very manipulative, controlling, just downright trifling ass man. And I thought to myself, did he make You Remind Me of My Jeep to taunt Drea? Because she said that she has PTSD and anytime she sees a Hummer, she goes into full panic attack. So I wondered, because, in hindsight, when the song first dropped, we was like, did R. Kelly just say that she remind him of his Jeep? That is crazy. But this thing go off. This thing knocking. So then I thought about it and I said, well, you know what? It might make sense now. But so I just need to do some research on the dates of when the song was released and versus their marriage to see if R. Kelly was being slick and throwing something out there in the atmosphere to try to taunt this woman. What else? Tyrese welcomed his baby girl, Soraya. Portia Williams is engaged, and I'm not sure if we talked about that. I'm not sure how far back we went because, I wasn't able to do a podcast last week. But let's jump into some TV scoop. I always appreciate some good TV scoop. Now, Black Lightning is back. Black Lightning returned tonight. And what time is it? Black Lightning has already aired, so hopefully you watched. It has returned. Season 2 is back. Netflix has released the brand new trailer for Making a Murderer Part 2. Making a Murderer Part 1 was really, really good, even though it messed with my spirit. But Part 2 will be released on Netflix on October 19th, so you can watch the official trailer for that at icecreamconvos.com. Damon Wayans in Lethal Weapon. Now, personally, I'm not going to sit here and try to cry for Argentina because I don't watch Lethal Weapon. I tried because I am officially like an unofficial member of, I'm officially an unofficial member of the Wayans family. And I love all those guys and as well as Kim and the rest of the cousins and the sons. And it's just a whole bunch of Wayanses now. They just popping out like bunnies. But with that being said, I said, okay, well, I'm going to watch Lethal Weapon to support Damon because Damon was my OG, the Wayans crush, and tuned in and couldn't make it through a whole episode. So I cashed out. I put a condo on my wrist. I cashed out. I said, I'm going to let y'all have this Lethal Weapon thing, but I wish you well. Godspeed. I'm going to go ahead and put it on DVD, DVR so they can still get their low rating stuff, I guess. But new season came around. Now, y'all know there's been some drama on the show. Clayne Crawford, who was Damon Wayans' original partner on the show. It was some drama, some beef, some mess. And Clayne, I think he either got fired or he quit. And then Damon Wayans was talking crazy and saying he got injured on set and all that. Well, long story short, last week, a media outlet interviewed Damon Wayans to get the scoop on the new season of Lethal Weapon. Damon Wayans so politely told them, I don't know, because I'm quitting in December. They getting 2 more months out of me. I'm too old for this. Y'all, I could not believe it. I was sitting at my desk hollering. I said, this man did not just announce he quit a show in the middle of an interview. So I hope that the people that he works with on the set of Lethal Weapon had some type of idea that he was headed out. So what are they going to do now? Like, are they going, because they've already replaced Clayne. So now are they going to go ahead and replace Damon too with another black man? Child, just throw the whole show away. Just garbage. Ball it up and toss it in the trash can. Just a mess. But yeah, so if you want to see video of Damon Wayans announcing that he quitting the show, visit icecreamconvos.com and just enjoy yourself. Because that's what it is. Now, the Mayans MC. The Mayans is my show. Okay? Mayans MC, I was a huge Sons of Anarchy fan. So when Mayans MC came down the pike, I was like, thank you, Kurt. Thank you, Mr. Sutter. I appreciate you. Because if you watch Sons of Anarchy, there were moments, there were episodes with the Mayans and so on and so forth. So I love this show. After 4 episodes, apparently everybody else loved it too, because FX dropped down a season 2 renewal after 4 episodes. So I'm here for it. And if you watch the show, you can tell like it's kind of in the same vein. And I don't want to say that Kurt is a one-trick pony, but Kurt is a one-trick pony because this show is so reminiscent of Sons of Anarchy. The only difference is you're dealing with Latinos instead of the Sons. And they got their own Jax. He fine too. He real fine. God bless. Yes, God is good. Hallelujah. Yeah, so they have their own version of Jax and the whole 9. So I'm here for all of it. Really, really good. I guess I might as well skip movie scoop because we kicked it off with some movie scoop. What's in news? Let's talk some news. Let's see. Just want to send my love and prayers and condolences to all of the families and friends and the community that was impacted by the tragic and horrific limousine crash over the weekend in upstate New York that claimed the lives of 20 people. This story is so gut-wrenching and so sad because 17 of the victims who passed in the accident were together for a birthday party. They were celebrating the birthday party of Amy. I think her name is Amy Steenberg. They were celebrating her 30th birthday. She had just got married in June. There was another couple that were newlyweds in the limo as well who had just tied the knot in June. And then there were two people in a parking lot that were talking, and they were killed when the limousine came barreling through the parking lot and hit a parked SUV. And just a super, super sad story. And it's really made my spirit very heavy. So, and you know, if you just have a moment, just please send up a prayer for everyone impacted by that particular tragedy. And I think with that being said, I'm not going to keep y'all too long. I'm going to keep it cute and I'm going to wrap it up. But before I go, just want to remind you, visit icecreamconvos.com daily to get your delicious scoops of entertainment and celebrity news. Follow Ice Cream Convos on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Please subscribe to our YouTube page. I am working very, very hard to try to get these YouTube numbers up so that we can qualify to do some of the cool stuff that YouTube got going on. So I would greatly, greatly appreciate it if you guys will go over and subscribe. I would also like to just remind everybody to be nice to somebody. Like, just really, really be nice to somebody and be a friend to people. Because, you know, I know a lot of times we say we're friends to people, but are you really a friend? And the reason why I ask that is because I'm seeing a lot of ladies walking around with wigs on, with their natural edges creeping up in the front, where the part should be. And I thought to myself, if they had friends who truly, honestly cared for them, they would shift their wig forward just a little bit more to cover up them edges that hadn't been laid down by gel. So be a friend to someone. Be honest with them. Be caring, be loving, and do not be afraid to shift their wig cap forward if it starts sliding to the nape of their neck. All right. So with that being said, thank you guys so much. I appreciate you for tuning in to another episode of the Ice Cream Convos podcast. And I will see you next week. In the meantime, catch me on social media and visit icecreamconvos.com daily. Love you guys. Bye.